Welcome to Derm Dumber, a podcast about all things dermatology, skincare, and whatever else catches our attention. We're a husband and wife. One of us is a dermatologist.
And one is not.
Oh, and by the way, this is a podcast, not a medical appointment. It is for entertainment and general informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. All right, welcome to another episode. What do you like talking about today?
Well, I think we have to talk about the recent approval of the first new sunscreen filter in the United States since 1999.
Wow. So, yeah, I heard about this and I figured you would be so excited.
So excited.
Like this is the best news you've ever heard.
Yeah, like if you're a dermatologist or you're a cosmetic chemist, it's like a little Christmas gift.
Sure. And just in time for summer. Okay, go on. I'm just going to let you go. What's the name of this sunscreen product and what makes it great?
So it is called bimotrizonal. Say that a couple times fast. Actually, don't.
I was going to say bimotrizonal.
That's not that bad, I guess.
Okay.
It's
Done.
chemical name bis-ethyl-hexyl oxyphenol methoxyphenyl triazine.
Oh my God.
Also just shortened to BEMT.
Got it. Oh man, all those crazy wellness people who like to rule things out of their lives because they can't pronounce it, they're going to love this one.
Yeah. I mean, I struggle with words sometimes too. So I was actually happy that I got called to be on a morning show. It forced me to become comfortable saying bimotrizonal really easily.
Oh yeah, you had to rehearse it. The local Fox affiliate reached out while we were out of town and you still zoomed in.
Yes. So the first new sunscreen filter since 1999. And, the reason that is because sunscreen filters in the United States, they are regulated as drugs versus in other countries, they're just considered cosmetics. So because they are drugs here, the FDA has to go through lengthy approval process. Very time intensive, very costly. They require lots of data and, all a good thing, but no one has taken that on to get a filter approved in a very long time.
Right. So until now, we've basically had just the traditional chemical sunscreen and the other one with the minerals, right?
Yeah. So there's broadly mineral sunscreens and chemical sunscreens, which is kind of how most people think of them. I kind of hate that because it makes people think, the people who think that chemicals are bad immediately think, oh, this one's bad. Because, mineral sunscreens are also chemicals. But anyway, I don't want to go too far down that path. So this would still be considered a chemical filter. But the reason that we were actually able to finally get this approved is because last fall there was a change in policy that allowed the FDA to start taking into account international safety data. And this particular filter has been used for like 27 years in European and Asian countries. So it is a pretty popular ingredient in people who are used to using like K-beauty sunscreens, or they're getting European sunscreens when they travel.
Is that why you had me focus on getting you all those sunscreen products when I was in Korea back in February?
Yes.
Were they that product?
Yes.
Okay, because you were like, I want these products, but focus mainly on sunscreens.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are lots of other filters too that are only found, for the exact same situation. They're not approved here. So they're only found when you're shopping overseas. I guess I do want to point out that now that the whole K-beauty phenomenon is huge here, there was just that big store that opened.
That's right, in California somewhere.
Yeah, Olive Young.
Olive Young, yeah, which is funny because I'd never heard of that store until I got there, and they're on every corner. Like they are,
Really?
it's more than a Starbucks. It's like a Starbucks here.
Hmm.
They're everywhere. They're just, some stores are big, some are like little small satellite versions of it, but they are just, and every one of them was busy and packed.
Did you go into one?
I went into a bunch of them because I was
is
always
that
looking for the
where you got?
products on the
Okay.
list that you sent me.
Okay.
And
I couldn't
then,
remember.
yeah, no, I
going
went
to
into
those.
them all the time, and I'd never heard of Olive Young. And
Do they-
now we have one here.
Yeah, in
Well,
Pasadena.
in California.
Yeah. Do they kind of look like Sephora?
Oh,
I mean, just like the way it's set up.
nah, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Only just because they sell beauty products
Okay.
and, like fragrances, and they have different sections for, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I was pretty lost in there
Gotcha.
because I'm a know-nothing dude about these topics.
Yeah, but I do want to say that, like,
Super friendly staff, though. South
Okay.
Korean, the staff there were great.
trying to help you
Yeah.
find the products I wanted.
Yeah. Well, you were also helpful because you just sent me pictures. So I
Mhm.
just pointed.
Yeah. But I do want to point out that, like, so with how popular the whole K beauty thing has gotten, um, now these brands that are K beauty and they want to sell here, if they want to sell a sunscreen, it may look exactly like their product from overseas, but in order to be sold in the US, they do change the formulation so that it complies with US sunscreen rules. So sometimes people are thinking, oh, I'm getting this, K Beauty sunscreen from Sephora. They market it as just such, but it's not. It has the same filters as are, allowed in the US. They can't sell products that are not approved here.
Right.
So I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize.
Right. Yeah, I remember because, I mean, you see K beauty products now everywhere,
Mhm.
but they're just like generic.
Well,
or
most of the products are fine. They can still be sold here, but it's just the sunscreens.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
They're basic products, or if it comes to the sunscreens, they're just like slapping their name on
Mhm.
an American allowed
Yeah.
version. Okay, got it.
So the cool thing about bumetrizinol, though, is that it's super stable. So a lot of, sunscreen filters, a huge struggle is that they break down in heat and sun exposure, which is not great if that's the ingredient you're relying on in your product to do its job of protecting you from sun damage. So this product is much more stable, which is great. You can feel more comfortable that if if you're applying it and using it correctly, it's going to be protecting you. Also, there are people who are sensitive to certain sunscreens, and we think that some of that can be because it breaks down into, maybe other products that tend to irritate certain people's skin. So the stability thing is huge. It is a chemical filter, so it's not going to leave a white cast. So it opens the door for more um, products that can be inclusive across a variety of skin types. It also should be lighter. So again, just kind of allowing cosmetic formulators to create more cosmetically appealing products. So hopefully more people will use them. But it is not a miracle just because this exists. You still got to apply the sunscreen in order to take advantage of
Right.
this new approval.
And like you've said, you've got to apply it in way more than you think. And it probably goes without saying that it's the same for this product.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't mean that, you can apply less of it because it's different in any way. You still have to reapply it. It's going to have the same recommendation of every 2 hours because we do sweat and rub these things off. But again, it just adds, a new ingredient that we can use. It is expected to potentially be out in some sunscreens late summer. So, August, September. You might also see it on the label as something called Parsol Shield. That is the brand name that is used for most European sunscreens. And then Tenazorb S is another name that you may see it under as well. here in the US initially, it probably is going to show, like if on the sunscreen bottle they want to advertise that they're using this filter, they are probably going to say Parsol Shield. There's a single company that is allowed to use it exclusively for 18 months, and they're the ones that helped to get this pushed through, and that's the brand that they will use it under.
Oh, so they spent the time and effort and money to get it pushed through for the FDA, and then part of that was exclusive rights.
Well, I don't know if they were responsible for the policy change that allowed the FDA to utilize international safety data, but at least once that happened, then they were the ones who pushed it further to invest and get approved.
That's funny. So like for a long time until this policy change that you're referencing, it was just like America was like, no, American data only.
Yeah.
We don't care how good your data is. It didn't come from the USA.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. And now
so I guess
somebody
that's
said, wait a minute.
One good thing that came out of this administration.
Well, yeah, okay. Credit where credit's due. If that's, when did this policy change? Like, when was it?
It was the fall of last year.
The fall of last year is when.
I don't know, like when it started.
Yeah, like when did,
whatever. Yeah.
The fall of last year was not that long ago. All right.
Yeah. So.
Anyways.
Cool. I also think we need to talk about something that is just all over social media again, which is that Cerave is faced with some lawsuits. And I don't know, did you hear anything about this when this kind of all went down starting a couple of years ago? Anything on your radar about Cerave or benzoyl peroxide problems? Did
No.
you see anything? Yeah.
I didn't. Cerave has always been one of those brands that you recommend, you typically like. They send us lots of stuff. We always have their products around. What happened? What's going on? Why is everybody suing them now?
Well, this all started back in 2024 when this independent lab company called Valisure took it upon themselves to test the levels of benzene found in certain skincare products. They also did this for sunscreens and some other time period, but we'll just keep the chat here about the skincare products. So in particular, they were testing benzene levels in skincare products, and in particular, benzoyl peroxide containing skincare products. So basically, benzoyl peroxide is an ingredient that we use to treat acne. It's a topical that we use. It has antibiotic characteristics and anti-inflammatory characteristics.
It's been around forever.
Yeah, it's been around forever.
Yeah. I think I've heard of that product.
Like a mainstay for acne treatment.
Got it.
But it over time breaks down into small amounts of benzene, apparently. So this is accelerated, though, in certain conditions. So the Valisure lab, what they did is they exposed these products to very extreme conditions. And I don't remember off the top of my head, like the temperature, but it was basically like a hot car, like a blazing hot car that you would never even be able to tolerate sitting in. I think it was like 150 degrees or close to it. For long periods of time, and found, benzene in these products after that.
And benzene is bad.
Okay, benzene is bad. There's no safe level of benzene is kind of like the statement that's out there.
Okay.
Which makes you think, oh my God, if I am anywhere near benzene, I'm going to have something horrible happen, or I'm going to be dead, or whatever. It is associated with, I think it's primarily with like leukemias. Maybe there's other associations too, but anyway, it's not a good thing. But unfortunately, it is around us. It is a pollutant. We're all breathing it in more amounts than we would ever accumulate from use on our skin in like a typical situation.
Really? There's just that level of benzene in the air.
And I'm not saying it's a huge level in the air, but I
Right,
mean,
right, right. No, I mean, you're just saying,
it
though.
is in the air, and the minuscule amount that you're gonna get from an exposure of potentially putting it on some limited areas of your skin is just not gonna mimic inhaling it.
Right. And that has to happen after the extreme temperature
Yes.
exposure. So, I mean, you
So
have to have that element of it. Then you have to also go use it on your skin.
yes. Now there is likely in some of these products just a time-induced breakdown, um, but it the Valisher study and the fallout from that was really related to exposing these products to very extreme conditions that a skincare product would never be exposed to.
Yeah.
So, and there's all sorts of criticisms about Valisher, and there's been questions about its methods and its motivations. They actually apparently have a patent on a more stable form of benzoyl peroxide that they got before this whole exposure, you know.
Oh, so
Yeah,
this was a planned piece. This
exactly.
is a planned hit they put out on Cerave.
Right, right. So,
They put all, oh, yeah. First of all, develop a lab, then develop a patent, then
yeah.
run a test. Then, oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, so,
diabolical almost.
yeah.
I'm guessing, so social media, though, is going nuts, right?
Well, okay, and so this all yeah, social media was crazy when this all went down. And, anyone can sue anyone, so there were lawsuits, and I don't know the details of the lawsuits, but, I imagine there are people who felt like there was a problem and they had used a product that was named, and then this was grounds for a lawsuit. So there, I believe, were 6 lawsuits that were, started in that year, and they're just slowly making their way through the courts. So the issue though is like this resurgence that has happened in social media over the last 2 weeks or so. Um, Nobody is really sure why. Like nothing has changed. These lawsuits that keep getting talked about are the same lawsuits that have always been there.
Okay.
So just why it's resurfacing, I don't know, but it's huge on social media. I have a lot of people asking me, do I need to toss out all of my CeraVe products? And, I think the answer is no. We should not keep our skincare in our car.
Or in your oven with it
Yeah,
on.
exactly. Um,
Got it. So
you know,
I'll be right back. Hold on.
I mean, there people do ask, like, and it, with shipping or travel across the country when these products are getting delivered to stores. I guess there definitely are going to be instances where it's a little bit warmer, but this all goes in like these shipping conditions and how stable products are all taken into account in testing. I mean, I don't know if you remember, like when I was formulating some of the between products.
Mm-hmm.
We had issues, and it was also like a time delay um, during stability testing. So all products go through this, and they try to mimic extreme conditions to be sure that the formulation is going to stay stable.
Yeah. Reasonable, experiences that the product will have making its way from the lab to your,
Hmm.
bathroom cabinet.
Yeah. And so keep it out of a car. Also, I'm going to just take a moment and say, don't keep your sunscreen in your car either. Remember, I was just talking earlier about it breaking down in heat. That's another huge one that you just don't want to. You just don't want to keep your sunscreen in the car because by the time you're putting it on, it's just probably not doing anything.
Right.
Um, and out of an abundance of caution, there are dermatologists and cosmetic chemists kind of suggesting that maybe you throw your benzoyl peroxide product out after 3 months, if you haven't completely used it up in case there's some degradation there. So, I guess out of an abundance of caution. But I think I definitely feel comfortable still recommending it to people. I would use it myself, and there are no issues with CeraVe overall.
Which is I didn't ask, or did we already say, which CeraVe product?
Oh, the benzoyl peroxide
Just it's
containing
their acne,
products.
their
Mhm.
anti-acne product. Okay.
Mhm.
And then, but does this probably open it up for other companies? Since, like you said, this product has been around for ages. People
Oh,
treating
yeah. Cerave wasn't the only company implicated in this. It
Right.
did result in some products being removed. I'd have to go back and look at it again, but when this all went down with some of the sunscreens, there were an even broader range of brands that were involved, but same kind of thing, like benzene that was found as a breakdown product in sunscreens out of this lab as well. But to answer your question, not just CeraVe. So I don't know why this is resurfacing for them. Not probably loved by their PR team.
Right. Maybe we can score some free stuff by talking about how they're still great. No, seriously, we don't need more product in this house.
Yeah, stop sending us stuff.
Seriously. Okay. Yeah, that's an exciting topic to keep an eye on. So, yeah.
Yeah, so don't stop treating your kids or your own
Yeah.
acne-prone skin with benzoyl peroxide.
If it works, right? It's still worth it.
Yeah.
If it's working and you can get an over-the-counter anti-acne product for yourself or your kid, don't worry.
Yeah.
Keep using it, but and don't these bottles usually say store within these temperatures? You know, I think a lot of products say that, like,
Yeah, it's
they'll
like
have a date
at room
manufactured.
temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyways, just read your bottles, people. Pay attention.
All right. Well, I'm just not sure it would be an episode of Derm Dumber at this point if we didn't talk about some kind of maxing.
Yeah. Well, I wish that wasn't the case, but we do seem to keep talking about it. It's just, yeah, whatever. It makes for great content. What's the world maxing now on that it's come across you?
So I am seeing everywhere tanmaxxing.
Well, that's okay. Again, we're just throwing maxing in front of something people are already doing.
I know, but it's all over the place. It's all over social media.
It's all over your social media.
I mean, it's all over all social media.
Sure. I haven't seen it.
All right. Well,
okay.
Maybe not your lames.
How is tanmaxing different from just tanning or getting sun?
Yeah. I mean,
how are people describing it? And is it the same groups of people like the tweens and the teens out there who monitor UV for the wrong reasons?
I mean, yes, that
is it them? Is it the RFK Jr. leather bag looking people? Is it the wellness space that wants to tell you that the sun can't hurt you?
It's more the younger people who don't care about the consequences, and then yes, the kind of JFK, Maha group, with the tanmaxing.
Okay.
So just embracing tanning, and doing what they can to optimize it. So going out when the UV is high, obviously not wearing sunscreen, and just trying to work on that tan. I think we've talked about that a little bit before.
I do love the fact that it's this great tool that was invented with smartwatches and stuff to monitor the UV rating. I remember before smartwatches were really all that popular and they maybe weren't even out. You had a little watch and it had two functions, right? Tell the time and tell you the UV rating. And that's all it did. And you were so excited you would wear that thing all the time. But now, they developed this thing to help people stay out of the sun when it's the most dangerous, and it's totally backfired on them.
Yeah.
Because all these kids are like, hey, everybody, what's your UV say where you live? What's the UV where you live? Let's go.
Yeah.
And then they're just using it for the exact opposite reason. So
they're using it for evil. That's what I always say.
Yeah, this tech was totally backfired and it's being used for evil. Anyways, okay, go on.
So then one extreme of this is using, they generally call them like tanning drops. But basically this is a peptide that can be used as a nasal spray or injected. It's something called melanotan.
Ooh, peptides are all the rage right now.
Peptides are all the rage, which I think is why this is seeing so much play on social media.
So what does this one do? What's the name of it again?
So it's generally called melanotan.
Wait, what?
Melanotan.
Melanotan.
Like melanocyte, which are the cells in our skin that make melanin, which is
Yeah.
the
What
pigment of our
causes
skin.
Okay.
So melanotan is what it's called. And so what this is, again, it's a peptide, and it mimics the action of a hormone that we have called melanocyte stimulating hormone,
Uh-huh.
or MSH. And so basically you inject or inhale this peptide, and it is going to enhance how rapidly your melanocytes produce melanin upon sun exposure.
Wow.
So there are these, I mean, the videos are crazy.
Uh,
Haven't done any social media reactions on this yet. It's in my
Yeah.
queue to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are people that are just like so tan, like it's insane.
Like more than they would ever get without this. Like if they just tanned regularly on a daily
Yes.
basis or hit the tanning beds all the time, they would never look this dark.
I don't, it would be tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're getting those kinds of results. And of course, they're bragging about it on social media now.
Right. Right.
Getting attention.
Right. And then some of these people are also, trying to like, they sell this peptide, it's like,
Sure.
look how tan I got. And,
Yeah.
here's my link to order this
Yep.
for yourself.
Yep.
And, it'll be like this crazy
Yep.
person that you're just going to buy something that you're then going to inject into your body because they told you that was cool.
Yeah. Well, you can't argue with the results, but I've noticed that, they're always like, link in the bio for, my discount code.
Right. I mean, if you see this, I don't know. I don't know if this is bad to say, but I kind of want to say, like, it's like a gym bro, jacked up person at the gym. This video I keep seeing, and he's like,
Oh, it's always that.
on the beach, and he is so tan, and he's like, hit my link.
Yeah.
For my melanotan. Like, why would you order?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's always, it's an alpha bro.
So anyway, well, there is, so again, this goes back to there are legitimate uses and sometimes, some science behind things. So I do want to point out that there is an FDA approved MSH product that is called afamelanotide, and it is used to treat a very rare genetic condition where you get it's a genetic condition called a porphyria, and
Called a what? So you want to maybe spell it for the folks.
okay, well, I'll come to that in a second. Before I get to that, this is one of these things that is like these topics that is like very traumatizing to learn about. Like when you're going through training, like people will joke, for example, in medical school, you have to learn about the Krebs cycle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
I basically remember that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I remember
Did you have to memorize every freaking detail?
No.
No.
I'm talking about this was like AP biology or whatever back in high school.
Yeah. So this is kind of like what this feels like, how I would compare that in medical school to trying to learn these porphyrias.
Okay.
Because they're all it's like this very complicated web cycle, and all the names are crazy, and they're all different hereditary enzyme problems. So anyway, I'm having a little bit of a nightmare flashback as I talk about this.
Got it. Trauma resurfacing.
Yes. Okay. So
Go ahead, nerd.
erythropoietic protoporphyria, aka EPP.
Yeah.
So basically, like I said, a genetic condition, you get what is called a photoporphyrin, which accumulates in your cells. And when this is exposed to visible light, it hurts. So, this will become apparent in a young child where they're like screaming in pain upon being outdoors. So this FDA approved version of this melanocyte stimulating hormone is used to treat these patients because it does stimulate their melanin and gives them a little more protection from the light that triggers them to have all this discomfort.
So there's a real medical reason
to help people with a condition.
Right.
And so, of course, people without this condition have said, wait a minute, that's like turning up the sun to 1,000,000.
Yeah.
And I can just expedite this skin cancer run that I'm on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
Skin cancer maxing.
Hey, hey, you know what? I know a good dermatologist. If you guys are, when you're ready for your skin check because you have 1,000 spots, new spots, then yeah.
Yeah, and you just alluded to like a huge risk of using these peptides is that there are definitely reports of people using melanotan and having a dramatic increase in the number of moles that they have, changes in their moles, and case reports of people developing melanoma while they're using it or immediately after they've stopped using it for a period of time. So it is definitely risky.
Yeah, sounds like it. But you know what? Whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. Do it. It's your body. You're not hurting anybody. But at the same time, that's good job security.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, go nuts, people.
Yeah. Well, okay. And then like another little bit of this whole melanotan story is so, right, I was just talking about that hereditary condition where it's uncomfortable because the light interacts with this molecule and causes tissue damage and pain. So we actually utilize that mechanism for a treatment in dermatology that we use for skin cancer. So have you ever heard me talk about photodynamic therapy, PDT, blue light?
Some of that.
Sounds
Yes.
familiar,
I
roughly.
believe I've heard of some of those things.
Yeah, so this is a procedure that is generally done in the office where we apply a topical photoporphyrin, essentially, called Levulon. So that's the same thing that was accumulating in those poor kiddos that reacts to sun and hurts them. We can apply this topically on the skin. It gets metabolized in our cells to a molecule that reacts that way with light exposure. And so you put that on. The amount of time depends on what area of the body that you're treating. After that is applied, red or blue light is applied to the skin, and that activates that reaction to happen. So you get destruction of the cells that this molecule has accumulated in. And we use this to treat sun damage and pre-cancers, sometimes very early skin cancers as well. So it's good when you need to treat like someone's whole face or the entirety of their forearms and hands or, any just larger areas versus trying to do something like freeze precancers, which is another, common thing that we do. So yeah, that's PDT or photodynamic therapy, taking advantage of that reaction.
Wow, fun. So yeah, you've got the good side of it and the bad side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
Yeah, PDT is not fun. I did it once to myself. I don't know, it's probably been like 6 years ago. Essentially, everyone will react to that procedure because we all have abnormal cells. I mean, unless you've never gone outdoors, you're going to have abnormal cells that it would react to, and it's pretty uncomfortable. So it's kind of eye-opening. I like to do it as a preventative for patients, and then also for people who say, "Oh, I don't think I have much going on," and then you just light them up under that.
Well, I'd probably be the first one. It didn't. I just checked in. All my cells are normal.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I just had
what a wuss you would be with this procedure.
Oh, there's pain involved?
Yes, pain involved. Remember, I said those kids, they hurt when they get the sun
yes,
exposure?
yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
tie that back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Is it a burn, essentially?
Yeah,
The feeling
it
of
feels
a
like
burn?
you're getting a very intense sunburn.
Huh.
Worse in the first couple of minutes, then it sort of settles down. You're in front of the light for 17 minutes. That's a standardized thing. It's like 1,000 seconds is what the studies are based on for doing this. And then everywhere where you have more damage, you get a crusty spot and you generally peel.
Fun. But then it looks better afterwards.
Yeah, and you've eradicated, knocked back a lot of your damage. But yeah, it's about 7 to 10 days of healing.
Wow, 7 to 10 days of healing and a bunch of pain? Sign me up.
That's like what everything is in dermatology.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
guys do like to inflict pain in the name of extending youth and beauty. Okay. Well, let's are we done with that topic? Did you
We
want to
are
say more
done with
about
that
that?
topic, I
That's
think.
yeah, that's interesting.
Mhm.
I learned a lot. I know I'm probably going to forget a lot.
Well, at least you've heard it once.
There you go. All right. Well, do you want to start a new segment called Listener Questions?
Let's do it.
So, yeah, you put out a request not long ago on social media for anybody to just like hit you up, like submit a question that they would like a little more information on or an answer to. And yeah, you got quite a few responses. I guess we could probably just start doing this in all the episodes, or maybe just have a dedicated one time of just listener questions. That could be a thing. Anyways, let's
Yeah.
do a few of them.
Yeah.
All right, here. Let's start with this. All right. This person asks, and we don't have their names, but if you asked it, you can pay attention. Remember it. All right. This one. There are bumps on my kids' arms and cheeks, and I was told that they are KP, but treating that does not seem to be working. Okay. What are they talking about? What is KP?
KP is keratosis pilaris. And this is a super common condition that does start in childhood. And generally it gets better with age, but sometimes it persists. But usually what happens is you will get these very fine bumps that basically cause like a roughness to the skin. Generally, it's going to be on the outside of the upper arms. Um, Sometimes it's on the thighs, and then sometimes it's on the cheeks, especially in kids. It'll be often very prominent on the cheeks. And basically, this is a problem with how the cells are turning over. There's essentially keratin that gets kind of trapped, and you get this bumpy condition.
Okay.
So it's treated with a kind of a balance of two things. You want to exfoliate super gently because the skin that this tends to appear in is also usually very sensitive. And
So you can't just go nuts on it.
right. So often you need to hydrate, you need to moisturize the skin, but you also need to gently exfoliate it. So there's a lot of different types of products that can help. Um, Over the counter is mostly how this, I guess I would say, would be treated. But things like salicylic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, urea, these can all be great exfoliating agents. Sometimes a physical exfoliating carefully, maybe, once or twice a week. So that would be with, using something like a loofah or one of those
Pumice
gloves.
stones?
A pumice stone. Oh my God, I don't know if anybody's using a pump. Keep that on your feet, I guess. I don't know. Who uses the pumice stone
I
anymore?
was going to throw a pumice stone at my kids. Just
On the
just like
cheeks,
start
just go
sanding that
nuts.
kid down.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, so but then you also don't want to go too aggressive because you want to keep the skin hydrated. So
Okay,
it's just a fine balance there is what I'm trying to say. You can also use retinoids. So over-the-counter retinol, for example. Sometimes I will give prescription ones for older patients, or if it's like a more stubborn area like the arms. So yeah, but usually grow out of it, especially the cheek part.
Okay. So you just treat it when you have it, when you see it, but it eventually goes away as you tend to grow out of it.
Yeah, you got to keep treating it though. It's not like you just treat it for a while and it's gone. It's kind of like
okay,
a maintenance thing.
This listener said that they were told it was that,
Mhm.
Well, of course, we don't know what their treatment
Right.
was and how well they're doing it or how,
Right.
how great they are at sticking to it. But you just said you got to keep up with it, but
Yeah.
they said it's not working. Do you want to suggest what else it could be, or is that going too far into the realm of diagnosing? I mean, we don't know who any of these.
Yeah. I mean, KP is pretty much KP. I don't know how much of a. I mean, I guess there's some other really more unusual causes of facial bumps that could be confused with it, but these are not going to be anywhere near as common. And if it's also involving the typical areas on the arms and the legs,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
simplest answer is
yeah,
usually the correct, right? Isn't that
yeah,
all right. Well, there you go. Um, do another one.
sure,
All right. Best of luck to your kids with the KP.
yes.
All right. This listener just wants to know, what is the best lotion for acne prone skin? Is there such a thing?
I mean, there are things to look for, but the bottom line is there's not going to be like a single product that I can say, this is going to be fine for you. This is going to be perfect. It's not going to flare your acne. It's going to be hydrating for your skin type. I mean, you need way more information. Um, I would say some things to keep in mind would be to look for something that says it's oil free and non-comedogenic. That's a good place to start. Non-comedogenic, do you know what that means?
I do know what
Okay.
that term means because, yeah, I've been around you long enough now.
So that means that it is not expected to clog pores and contribute to acne. However, that is also not a slam dunk. There are plenty of things that are non-comedogenic that will cause certain people to break out. Plenty of products that say that one person will tolerate, that the other one will not.
Well, that's also the good thing, too, is there's a billion products out there, and you just got to be trial and error on some of this stuff. Because at the same time, you got to be treating your acne.
Yeah,
If you're acne-prone skin, you got to be treating the acne
right.
on top of using the lotions.
Right. So that
Right.
that would also lead you down a path of certain recommendations, because if you're treating the acne, most of the actives for acne are going to tend to make the skin a little drier. So you may need to use a lotion that is more formulated for, you know, normal to dry skin to counteract that. If you're also using those actives. But I would say lighter lotions, oil-free, non-comedogenic. There's some great more like watery gel lotions now that are super light that I have a lot of people um, in this category that like. The Neutrogena Hydro Boost brand is one I like a lot in this situation for like a drugstore brand. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, it is trial and error, which I know is a little bit kind of daunting.
Nobody wants to hear that. Just give me the quick fix. Damn it.
Yeah, I know. But most brands, they do kind of try to tell you what skin type. I mean, because that's helpful to know too. Like if your skin is dry because you're using acne products, that's one thing. But if you tend to just have dry skin in general, or your skin tends to be like really oily, you kind of need to know that skin type, because then most of the time products will kind of try to tell you this is, we created this with this skin type in mind. It'll say for normal to dry skin, or for oily or acne prone skin, or for sensitive skin. And so knowing that can also help you make a decision towards what to use.
Got it. All right. Good advice. Best of luck, acne-prone listener and lotion lover. Okay. What are we looking at here? Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, we can probably do one more.
All right. Let's see. This person wants to know, why do I have billions of cherry angiomas? I know what those are.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
job.
I have a few. You have a ton.
Yeah, I probably have a billion.
Yeah.
Did I write this question?
Is this from you? And I'm guessing the answer is just easy, and it's just genetic
Yes.
for the most part, right? They can
Yeah.
come other ways, but
Yeah, but mostly it's just incredibly bad luck.
yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah. Blame your parents.
Blame your parents. These are things I say all the time. I would lump this in the category of other benign growths we get with age that I will often say, hey, if someone could figure out an easy way to make these go away or to make you not get them, they'd be a gazillionaire because everybody makes them.
Yeah.
Everybody hates them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but they are treatable, and you can just, people come in all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you treat them with what?
Either laser, there's certain lasers that are good to destroy them, or I use.
Sorry,
Yes.
I had to make
Okay.
laser sounds.
That's all right. See, I was like, what the hell are you doing? I didn't even put together that is supposed to be a laser sound.
Whatever. Don't mock my sound effects. I'm not,
Uh-huh. So, okay. Okay. Is that going to happen anytime we say the word laser?
It might.
I like that. Let's do it.
I'm going to get a soundboard and just make sounds.
Okay. Yeah. Be sure you share this with your friends so that we can start making some money to get Benjamin this soundboard so we don't have to listen to this laser sound.
Whatever. I'm just going to record myself saying it and then press the button and hear my voice so I don't have to do it myself. All right. Go on.
Okay.
So that's how you treat it. So you can laser them?
Or you can destroy them with like cautery.
Cutlery?
Cautery.
Oh, you're going to burn them off?
Yeah, you've had that done.
Get your knives out.
Yes,
you burn stuff off me a lot.
Well, I'm trying to keep your face less hideous.
Yeah, well.
Trying.
It's a project.
It's really unfair that like men have half their face can have half their face covered in a beard because I don't know what's lurking under there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're lucky. It's yeah. Also, we just get to be older and look, distinguished, and it's a double standard that I'm all for. All right.
Well, I got to finish my thoughts about the cherry angiomas.
Yes, cherry angiomas and the billions of them.
Okay. So usually means nothing. That is generally going to be the situation.
Are they also mostly on fairer skin?
They are.
Okay.
And so that leads to one potential reason for one association that's out there is increased risk of melanoma. So again, probably because people who tend to make tons of these are going to be often more fair, but I've seen them in all skin types.
Got it.
But there is association with melanoma. There is also, I didn't even really realize this, an association with breast cancer and very rarely some lymphoproliferative diseases. So these are going to be like issues with like blood disorders. And these associations are usually more with what we call eruptive angiomas. So if you get, I think it's just like 10 angiomas in a few days, that could potentially be considered eruptive, and you would maybe think about these other things. But that is all going to be like incredibly rare. These are associations. These are not, you get 10.
Yeah.
You're getting this. I don't want anyone to take that away from this conversation.
Right.
But I'm just acknowledging because people will come back and say, you said there's nothing. And
right. Now I see a red dot and now that means I have cancer.
Yes. So that's not what I'm thinking. I'm covered in them. You just embrace the dots. I'm hoping mine just connect to be like a nice
if we
red
let's just start picking different parts of your body, drawing on them, like connect the dots and see if any shapes form or anything cool. And then we'll just get a tattoo. We'll make it permanent.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I would point out, if you're a parent, you have an infant, they have 5 or more angiomas. That actually is a cause for concern. It can be associated with some genetic abnormalities and cardiovascular problems. So 5 or more angiomas on an infant, not good. But think about it. You don't really see angiomas on kids. If you do, it's maybe like 1.
Kids have the best skin.
No, they're so dumb to not take care of it.
Well, there's that.
All right. Don't
get
started.
Right? It's wasted on the young, or so I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what? We've been talking for a while. We should probably wrap this one up. Anything else?
No.
I think let's call it there. That's a good amount of questions. You're very thorough with your answers.
Is it too thorough?
Some might
People
say
let
too
me
thorough.
know. Yeah. But send us some more questions too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we can try to make a recurring, regular, weekly post
Yeah, DM us on the Instagram account.
Well, I just said make a recurring post, not DM. Saying if you make a post saying
Okay, either way.
questions here, then we can just take them from that. People can see if a question's already been asked. That's a good way to do it.
We'll figure it out, people.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Okay. All right. We're going to say goodbye from here. We'll see you next time. I think that's the best podcast we've ever done. Bye.
Thanks for listening. We promise to get better at this. Whether we actually do depends largely on your willingness to like, subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with your coolest friends. Just kidding. We will take anyone. Cool, uncool, moisturized, unmoisturized. Stay tuned for more skincare talk with a hint of sarcasm.